Good morning. There's nothing in the diffuser right now because the water faucet is really far away. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, hi there. I didn't bring water over for the diffuser and I was like, ugh, it's so far away. Good morning. It's all the way across the cabin. It's like 20 feet. That's a long way. It's too early. It's too early to be talking. I'm up by now, usually, but I'm not usually talking. I'm impressed that so many of you are here. Cheers. It's too far. Too far away. So my name's Michelle Wolf, CaddyshackDesigns.com. We've been having new people join us. Yeah, it's too early. Here's the website, CaddyshackDesigns.com. There's a post up. There's a post up there. It's a section from the book I was talking about yesterday. I think most of you have already seen it. But it's there for you. It's a piece of the book that's coming through. Super easy. Super easy. Just got to write it down. The light in here. If someone could send me like a lighting specialist. Thank you. Thank you. So, we started reading on the Course in Miracles August 29th. And today's our last day. What? No way! Oh, that's great. Oh, that's great. She's pretty well connected. Because she had an interview with, what's that blonde lady's name? Christiana Northrup's daughter. She probably loves being identified that way. So let's say goodbye to Course in Miracles. Oh, Danielle Laporte interviewed, or on her Instagram, she has a picture of the Koya book. Hi, Dee. Say goodbye to Course in Miracles. We're done. We've been reading this book since August 29th in one form or another. So we'll do a last book flip because Kate Northrup, yes. So Rochelle Scheich was interviewed by her the other day. I'm pretty sure I love that book is going to bring Koya to the world. It's graduation day. Yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way. Let's see what our last message is. This is a book that's well worth continuing your own studies with. Even if you just turn a page a day and just look at the concept, it will get in there. Michelle, do the teacher training. With your pure bar experience, you'd be an awesome teacher. Okay. Yes, there's plenty of other people teaching Course in Miracles, and you can undertake it on your own too. But yeah, there's if you just search a hashtag ACIM, you'll find stuff. But we're done with it. I'm done with scoping about it. So, so our last flip over here is interesting. Heaven is the decision I must make. In this world, heaven is a choice, and we're talking about figurative heaven, because we make is it Shakespeare? Heaven on hell on earth, only the thinking makes it so. I don't know who said that. I'm a terrible quoter. Hi, Sarah. In this world, heaven is a choice, because here we believe there are alternatives to choose between. We think that all things have an opposite, and what we want we choose. If heaven exists, there must be hell, for contradiction is the way we make what we perceive and what we think is real, but creation knows no opposite. There is no opposite. But here is opposition part of being real. So that's just us. Okay, we create the good and bad. Sarah, we were talking about Michelle needs to take the Koya teacher training. And we're going to talk about job versus calling today too. Danielle Laporte has the Koya book on her Instagram feed, and Michelle needs to become a teacher, a Koya teacher, because I'm pretty sure there's not too many teaching in her area. I don't think there's anybody teaching here in Georgia. I don't even know. So we apply the labels good and bad, right and wrong, heaven and hell. That's us doing that, so we can stop doing that. See, Michelle, get the teacher training, and then we can all go to Puerto Rico and take a class. No. I like to shake a tail feather, but not in a classroom. No. I use it for myself, but I don't want to teach it. Yeah. Nah. I've never wanted to teach anything physical. Oops. Choice is the obvious escape from what appears as opposites, but we can decide to. Yeah. I think I've got all I can handle. I would love to have classes closer. Even if they were in Atlanta, I could go a couple times a week. But I don't think there's anybody here. So let's consider at least letting go of making ourselves choose good or bad, or making ourselves think in terms of this or that and opposites. Let's try again for a day of no labels. They are mad beliefs. These mad beliefs can gain unconscious hold of great intensity and grip the mind with terror and anxiety so strong that it will not relinquish its ideas about its own protection. It has to be saved. Heaven is chosen consciously. The choice cannot be made until alternatives are seen and understood. The conscious choice of heaven is as sure as is the ending of the fear of hell, but we've got to make that choice first. Heaven is the decision I must make. I make it now, and I will not change my mind because it is the only thing I want. It is the only thing you want. Everything that you're doing is at the root of it, designed to feel better. We know this. We recognize we make a conscious choice between what is in existence and what has nothing but the appearance of truth. Once we understand that, nothing scares you anymore, not more than just briefly. And then you're like, oh, knock it off. You're all right. I'm so happy that we chose to go through Heath's layoff with an attitude of, well, we took our hit, and I was freaked out for a day or so. And then we were like, well, let's just roll with it, see what happens. It was nice for him to have a couple of months off because he was really suffering physically in that company. It was just a hellish environment. And his getting laid off led him to a new company with a great environment. It's safe. People are positive, which supports his new reaching for positivity. And we got the news yesterday that they told him 30 days to go to day shift. And then later that night, they said, oh, no, we've shifted things around. You get to start Monday. Yay! He gets to go back on days on Monday. Next step is finding a way for him to work from home, too. But this is great. He has to have people, so he's got to work part-time somewhere. He can't be out here alone. I know! He gets to start Monday. We're so excited. He can't handle the night shift. His body can't handle it. Heath is one of those kids who goes to bed at like 8 o'clock and will sleep all night long. So for him to even make it this far on night shift is incredible. But he has really suffered for it. Here's the ironic part of that. The ironic, not ironic part of that. Sometimes spirit gets through to you when you're super exhausted. So it's interesting to me that he, first of all, I pumped up the jam around here. And our living in such close proximity meant I had to let him in on everything I was doing, which I hadn't until we moved here. He knew what I was doing, but he didn't really pay attention. But in this tiny space, we kind of had to open a lot of doors that were previously closed. So sometimes life wears you down and you start to hear things in a different way. So his being on the night shift rattled him a lot and shook him up and knocked his mental defenses down because he was so exhausted. Yes, physical rock bottom is an open to spirit space. Yep. And he was so unhappy that he was willing to look at some cards and willing to listen to my scopes, which he was doing at work. And which really shocked me. Because I gave up a long time ago. So it's been nice that he's come to it on his own, but it's interesting that, Spirit can make use of uncomfortable situations for your own betterment. You know how it is. Pump up the jam. Pump up the jam in your house and see what happens. Don't say anything. Just pump it up. Pump it up. You'll bump it. And see what happens. If there seems to be options, we ignore the messages. Yes! When we feel there's nowhere to go, we listen. And I gave up years ago. I gave up pretty quick because I wasn't super sure about all this stuff myself. So I've been, behind the scenes in our relationship, testing things out, trying them on, seeing what actually works. Now I know what works for me and for some people, and I've slipped into a Christopher Walken invitation. So we'll go on with our book now. This book. I don't know where that came from. I'm suddenly channeling Christopher Walken. I love him, by the way. He's so quirky and weird. I love him so much. Yeah. Okay. So, we're wrapping this book up too today, but we're not exactly done with it. What you're doing every day, make it every day. Pump up your jam by doing something every day. Every day. I have to do this meditation thing that I'm doing for this next year before I get out of bed. If I get out of bed, word to your mother, if I get out of bed, I won't do it. It's only 10 minutes, but I'll find a way to distract myself and not do it. So my alarm goes off, I turn on the meditation, I do it before my feet hit the floor. It's the only way. This book is loaded with good information and should be read more slowly than we have because of our situation, our setup here. We're not finishing it, and the last chapter, chapter 13, is full of meditations and prayers. It's a loaded baked potato, this book. It's got the bacon. Ew, yuck, no bacon. Cheese, sour cream. Let's go with that. Butter, cheese, sour cream, baked potato. Oh, Marianne Williamson writes some beautiful prayers. But let's read about job versus calling. I know Susan's going through job stuff, and I know Roseanne's thinking about jobs. A load of baked potato, no bacon. No with the bacon. So, the best way to summon your true calling is to put yourself in service to God, your higher power, all that is, yes. Whatever you want to call it. When you switch from the get to the give, you don't think in your head, I gotta go get a job. You think, I gotta go give somewhere. Where can I give? Where can I give the unique gifts, plural, that I have to offer? Where's the best environment for me to give that and receive? But switch in your mind from get to give and see what happens. Turkey, bacon, panini, no bacon. Right? When I was a vegetarian, we'd go to Wendy's and order a cheeseburger, no meat, and they would just freak out. Till we got to Boulder, and then they were like, oh, okay. The best way to summon your true calling is to put yourself in service to God or the universe. As you do this, your entire life becomes your personal ministry, a way to serve God and to serve the world. By doing so, you serve yourself. You serve yourself. You serve others. It's a win-win. If you're thinking of money only as something you get in exchange for doing a job, you'll never be free of limited thought forms surrounding money. I really went through this hardcore when I switched to working from home. And I started taking on projects of my own and selling my artwork and doing things like that. I really had, even this year, or last year, really was stuck in the concept that money had to come through a job, a J-O-B job. That for some reason, reliable money couldn't come any other way than a paycheck from an employer. Take a look at that. In this day of rampant opportunity on the internet and people just getting more creative because they can't stand the soul-sucking 60-hour-a-week gig, take a look at that belief. Your money does not come just through a job. Your money can come from all kinds of places. Okay. If you identify only with the material plane, you place yourself at the effect of pretty severe economic... I can't even. Right, I just can't even. I haven't worked a traditional job since 2011, and I don't think I could go back to that. I'd have to be in some pretty dire circumstances, which I don't believe will ever happen to me again. But I'd have to be pretty bad off to go back to the 40, 50 hour a week cubicle hellhole. Okay. If you identify only with material plane, you're at the mercy of the economic realities. Right, exactly. Yes. See? Michelle opening a Koya studio. You know, and when you're starting out small, you can rent space from churches for cheap. So you can get your own studio if you had to. Public library community rooms sometimes are free. Although you can play your music really loud. Okay. If you identify with the spiritual plane, you're under no laws but God's. Okay, so if you're only looking at the world on a material level, yeah, there's a lot of hip swinging going on, so might not work down here. You feel victimized by economic ups and downs, which are totally normal. But if you're looking at, you're participating in, oh, that'd be awesome. You're participating in spiritual work, spiritual laws, and blending the two and understanding that there's no separation. You're not at the mercy of economics. There are people who do really well when everything is crashing. Okay, and there are people who do terrible when things are supposedly good. Please don't use that as any kind of limiting belief. Definitely, Sarah, definitely. And it is needed here. I'm looking for a job. I'm trying to figure out what I should do. I don't know how to make ends meet. Are sentences that confuse the universe. A child of God doesn't have to look for a job. A child of the universe doesn't have to figure out what to do. A child of God doesn't have to worry about how to make ends meet. A child of the universe is a magnet for all things good when you understand that and live it. The you who thinks of life as a struggle or a place where you're on your own is not the real you. That's your construct. That's your... I just scared the cat when I coughed. Kind of scared myself. That's your internalized other. That's not the truth of who you are. Stand in your physical body and say, I know this. I know how to express the universe's energy through my life. I know it. There's a part of you who knows it. And your brain is going to say, I don't know. I don't know what the hell to do. What are you talking about, woman? I don't know. But you do know. And as you affirm and just say, I know what to do, then your answers will come. Your information will come. You know this. You know that. Because you've done it. There's been a point in your life where you have done that. I know what to do. I know how to do this. I will remember. I am remembering how to do this. How to live in my wholeness. Build it, they will come, Kevin Costner. This hit me over the past few weeks deep down. You knew it, but now you know it. Now you're ready to live it in your bones. In your Koya dancing bones. Yes. Yes, hallelujah, Jeebus Alabuddha. Okay. The following daily prayers from A Course in Miracles. This is a good one. Might want to write it down. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say? And to whom? It's a huge relief. Dropping all that burden of worry. You exhale. You exhale. I have this right in front of me all the time. You exhale. You are holding your breath. And you have to let that breath go. Exhale. And then you inhale something new. But you have to exhale the breath that you're holding on to. Exhale that old, stale way of seeing the world. Exhale, let it go. Inhale the truth. Inhale, you're remembering. You're not inhaling something new. You're inhaling what you already know. You're inhaling what's already present. You don't have to go out and get. You don't have to go out and seek. You inhale the awareness of what's already present. You don't even have to get dressed. You don't even have to leave your house. You don't have to take a class. Classes are fun. I will never stop taking classes. But you don't have to. That's fun. You don't have to. It's not required. We are in chapter 11, Job versus Calling. Okay. The real you already has a God-given function, and the universe is set up to support it. It's already there. Hi, Annalisa. The real you knows this truth and is just waiting to be invited to wake up, to take a bigger role in your life, to have more permission to express in your life. And you can start doing this right now today, even if you're still in cubicle land. You can go to work today with a completely different mindset. You can approach your water cooler coworkers and not engage in the gossip. Just try it for a day. Here's what happened to me when I started doing this back in 2003. I started going to cubicle land with a completely different attitude, and you know what? People got pissed. They got pissed at me. I got accused of being too happy. Why are you so fucking happy? I literally had someone say that to me. Why are you so fucking happy? Because I don't care anymore? How dare you? How dare you come in this place when we are all so hardcore invested in our misery and be happy? It made life rough for a while. It eventually got me out of there because I didn't give up. I was like, you know what? Screw you. I don't want to go back to that. Yes, and I was seeing so clearly where I had just been. This is misery land. Get out with your happy ass. Take that candy ass crap somewhere else. So I did. I took it somewhere else. Oh, it was horrible, Nina. It was probably one of the worst places I've ever worked. Bye, Felicia. Yes. Oh, I got hard. I only had a couple of people actually say something. Everyone else just shut me out. It's like the doors to the social pipeline suddenly closed. And it hurt a lot. And I talked to my dad a lot at that time about it. And he was like, don't, that's where the saying came from. Or he kept saying to me too, on the ground you stand on, and go out of your, walk a mile out of your way to help somebody else, but don't let some dumb motherfucker push you off your own space. Thanks, Dad. That's great advice. It was hard to be shut out. It was super painful. It started the process of understanding that worrying about other people's inclusion and approval was killing me. But it was super painful at the time. It hurt so much. It hurt so much. It hurt my little heart so much. And I'm grateful that it happened. And eventually some of those people came along. Yeah, it was super painful. But eventually some people joined me. And some didn't. And it started a great process that ended here. And isn't ended yet. So, it's all good. It's all good. I actually hate that saying. It sounds so trite. But it actually really is all good. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? You can put these questions on a Post-it note. Just put them up on the fridge. Ask them a few times a day. You don't have to know. When it's time for you to know in your mind what to do, you'll know. You'll pick up the phone. You'll fill out the application. You'll brush up your resume and send it to the right person at the right time. Until it's the right time, just go watch TV. Go take a walk. Go eat a bagel or something. A gluten-free bagel. Don't be ridiculous. Dance! Right. Dance those questions. Put on some music that you like. Or, even better, go to Sarah's Catch channel, catch.me/thrive with Sarah. Find a title that has Koya in it. Put these questions up where you can see them and start dancing. Shake your booty to get some answers. It'll come. It will. It will, I promise. While a job is separate from the rest of our lives, a calling is a fulfillment of the rest of our lives. Sarah, Martha Beck's going to be there in April, at the end of April. Martha Beck for 3 days. My screen is freezing up. If I freeze up, guys, I'm not going to sign back on, just to let you know, because I have to go to the stupid car thing. Austin, yep, right downtown at the JW Marriott near the campus. Okay, listen to this. Yes, I was just going to repeat that. Thank you. Ooh. Yeah, 3 days of Martha Beck, yo. While a job is separate from the rest of our lives, a calling is a fulfillment of the rest of our lives. Why is the screen freezing up? Hang on, I'm going to go unplug the phone. Hold the phone. I'm going to go unplug it. I'll be right back. Buttons. Let's see if that helps. Oh, you're not? Okay, good. Okay. I'm not frozen. I'm alive. Oh, that's so weird. It's freezing up here for me. Like, it just stops. Okay, good. Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Okay. A calling is a fulfillment of the rest of our lives. By striving to be the best we can be, we create the internal blueprint by which we do the best we can do. Be, do, have, right? By striving to be the best we can be, we create the internal blueprint by which we naturally do the best we can do. On a soul level, we want to work, we want to create, we want to be productive and serve others and share our gifts with the world. Of course we do. But we want to do it in a soul-aligned way. We want to do it where we're in control of our emotions and we are expressing what we need to express regardless of how it's being received. When you're putting stuff out there, you cannot go count your likes. It has to be fun. You cannot go look at your stats every 5 minutes. You can't go check your followers list constantly. You can't worry about that stuff. Unless you can do it in a completely, clear mindset, which I don't know anyone at the moment who can. You can't worry about that. You put your stuff out there and what happens, happens. I've said this 100 zillion times and I know I'm not the only one that says it. Your job is to create and put it out there, and that's the end of your job. Your job is to make the stuff and put it out there. Well, yeah, unless you want to clean out your porn bots, which I do once a day. I go through and block 20, 25 sets of boobies that always look better than mine. Oh, you know what, Tanya? I thought about Ben this morning, too, when you posted Sterling's thing. The tattoo artist schedule doesn't work, right? Because you can't do that with a family, really. But he could sell Flash. Has he thought about selling Flash to tattoo artists? Because his gift for color. He'd hate Flash. Oh, okay. To commercial? Oh, awesome. He could go look at my website. My website is cheap. It's like $60 a year. Or $80 for a whole year. Annalise is on there, right? Fine Art America? Yeah. High quality paper, great color reproduction. That's a calling. Anything that appears to separate us from each other is not the deepest level of our identity. We all have different jobs but the same ministry. Okay, yeah. Yeah. On the other hand, he does beautiful work. And a lot of people would wear his artwork, literally, to the grave. The flash on the walls at tattoo parlors. Nobody says that. What is that? What am I, freaking 85 years old? At the tattoo parlor, the flash art is atrocious. Right? He could give people some... the tattoo parlor. Oh, brother. He could get... I'm going to head to the tattoo parlor. The beauty parlor. I'm going to go to the beauty parlor and get my hair done. Get my beehive teased. Yes, because the flash is disgusting. Yeah, I'm going to go get a perm. The flash is disgusting. So he could change, he could revolutionize the tattoo flash world. He could elevate it to an actual art. Laughing into a coughing spell. Oh no. Sometimes the stuff that comes out of my house. I mean my mouth. Also my house. He gets her hair done once a week. Yuck. Okay. This is an important line in this book. Oh, I used to work with a woman who had a beehive, for real, and got it done once a week, and aquanetted the crap out of it and slept on satin so she didn't mess up her beehive. I swear I saw small animals living in there. Ugh. Okay, listen to this. This is important. We all have different jobs, but the same ministry. Some of us are technicians, mathematicians. Some of us are writers and artists. Some of us are salespeople. Some of us don't even work as defined by the world. But our value individually is determined not by what we do, but by the consciousness with which we do it. Oh gosh. I hope you don't do that, right? It will turn your drawings yellow over time, is what I hear. Heath uses Aquanet to make a potato blaster gun with PVC pipe. If he'd only use his powers for good. You take a PVC pipe, you design it, you stick a potato in the end, you blast some Aquanet inside. Oh, really? I don't know. And you set the Aquanet on fire, and it blows the potato across the yard. A tater gun. He could be curing cancer. Instead, he's making tater guns. It is pretty cool. It makes a really loud poof popping sound. It's pretty fun. Okay. You know how we've talked a lot about form over content? Your job is the form, but the content you bring to it is up to you. Yes, I want Ben to enhance my current tat also. We could keep that guy busy. Oh, yeah, I could video. Oh, he'd love to be videotaped shooting off his tater gun. Okay, listen. Listen. We're all here to be available channels for the love that heals all things. We will. I hadn't even thought of it. We totally will. We're all here to be available channels for the love that heals all things. Okay? A job takes a form, but our ministry is the content. We provide the content. Even if you lose your job, say you get happy and have to quit or get fired or whatever, you still have your ministry because it's who you are, and that goes with you everywhere. Your life has no less value if you're not employed as the world defines it. If you are a stay-at-home mom, yes, you are every bit as valuable as a CEO. You are the CEO of your home. If you're kind to people, if you're compassionate, if you pour your excellence, and I would say also your genius, your brand of genius, into whatever you're doing, then you are doing the job love sent you to do. From that will emerge the next form that's needed to host the energies you're bringing forth. This may be the most important chapter in the whole book. We're all here to be available channels for the love that heals all things. A job takes a form, but our ministry is content. Even if you lose your job, you still have your ministry because it is a part of who you are. If you're kind, if you're compassionate, if you pour your excellence into whatever you're doing, then you are doing the job God sent you to do. And from that expression of your excellence, from that expression of your particular genius, the next form that's needed, it's critical to host the energies you're bringing forth. From that, step one, pour your excellence into whatever it is you're doing, no matter how menial the outside world may define it. Okay? Whatever you're doing. If you're stuck in cubicle land, fine. Pour your excellence into it. Bring as much compassion to it as you possibly can. Washing dishes, scrubbing toilets, cleaning up cat puke because you gave them too many Friskies treats, and that's kitty junk food. They should not be eating it. While you're busy pouring out your excellence wherever you are, yes, more than most, cubicle land needs it. Toilets on tap for you today. Practice. I know, and now they're like Friskies treats. I know, right, with the bad cat mom. while you're busy pouring out your excellence, the next form that's needed to host the energies you're bringing forth will come to you. You don't have to go looking for it. Hi, Angela. Thank you. Thank you very much. Does that mean you don't have to go look for a job? Of course you do, but you do it with a different consciousness, or you create your own. Good morning, Angela. I watched her scope last night before I went to bed. It was a great way to go to sleep. Okay, here's how it goes. Here's how this looks when you're looking for a job. So, Susan and Roseanne, or anybody looking for a job, here's how you do it. You don't show up for a job interview thinking, how do I impress them? I really need this job. Instead, you place your need for work in the hands of the universe. Surrendering a situation means surrendering your thoughts about it. You're programming your mind to think thoughts that are the most creative, positive, and beneficial. You're not giving up responsibility or turning your power over to something outside of yourself. You're instead taking the highest responsibility for your circumstances, asking God to make your mind a literal touchstone for miraculous breakthroughs. You walk forward in the confidence that God provides. I'm missing something, dang it. Number 2. So number 1, you place your need for work in the hands of the universe. Number 2, while alert to every opportunity that presents itself, you put enthusiastic energy into brainstorming and creating new possibilities. Nothing important. You remember that the universe is infinitely abundant, like an orchard filled with fruit that's just for you. But if you're hungry, you can't simply look at an orchard from the side of the road. The universe brought you the orchard. You yourself have to pick the fruit. You are willing to meet opportunity with positivity and faith. Number 3. You pray and meditate, ask for internal guidance as whom to call, what to do, and so forth. When you meditate and pray, you literally emit different brain waves. This is science. Pick that fruit. Get out of your car and go pick the fruit. You enter the internal temple, the engine room from which you generate the possibilities of success. We cut ourselves off at the knees all the time. I'm too anxious to meditate is one of the most self-sabotaging things we can say. When we meditate, we stop being anxious, but you have to sit there for a few minutes and feel you're anxious. You have to feel the anxious and sit there long enough for it to die down and the peace to rise up right behind it. It's right behind it. Just sit there long enough. This is the best chapter in the whole book. It is hard. It is. It's so hard. But wait long enough and there's a space. What is that quote from Rumi? There's a field of possibilities. Something. I'll meet you there. I'll meet you in the field where we've taken our allergy meds so that the hay fever won't get us. You're so fine with tears, but with anxiety, yeah, anxiety makes us act before it's time to act. Something about a field, and we'll meet there, and it'll be awesome. That's what I'm talking about. There's a field out beyond right and wrong. I'll meet you there. Thank you, Tanya. God bless you. Or something like that. There's a field out beyond right and wrong. I'll meet you there. Here's number 4. You realize you can't know what or where your next job should be. You trust that there is a perfect plan for the unfolding of your highest good, which your rational mind can't formulate. Yes, that's when you need it the most. Universal plans work and yours don't. You can't know how your part fits best into the larger plan. Your job is merely to open your mind and open your heart so that a higher consciousness can then flow through you and lead you to the right place at the right time to the right website, the right blog post, whatever. The right Koya teacher. Number 5. This is the last one. Number 5. Before you go to a job interview, audition, or meeting, you blast every person you're going to be with and the situation itself with light and love. Okay. Right. The right job on days instead of nights. So, remember how we talked about writing to the angel of the situation, or writing to the angel of the people that you're going to meet, or the soul, or whatever you want to call it? You can do this when you're job searching. You can write a letter to the angel of the situation, of the company, of the people who are going to interview you, the human resources department, if you're looking for that kind of job. If you're a client-based coachy person, you can write letters to your future clients. Like, here's what I'm ready to offer you, and I can't wait to meet you, and I know we've already met on the soul level. Yeah. Yes. If you're waiting for, waiting, yeah. Meditating, praying, doing what you can do, working at a job you don't like, but doing your best there. You can be writing letters to your future employers and saying thank you in advance for the job you're going to give me, that's going to give me the opportunity to express my highest self. And then meditate and pray and follow your instructions. Your goal becomes simply giving and receiving love, which is another way of saying, may God's will be done. So saying may God's will be done doesn't mean that you're handing over the reins and you're not going to do anything. It is done. So be it. See to it. I love that saying. Your goal is to give and receive love. And that's it. Yes, write letters to the women who haven't signed up yet. Light yourself up on the grid so they find you. You see every interaction as a holy encounter. You intend for this in every situation to be one in which you express your truest, most brilliant, most loving self, and what happens beyond that, you leave to the intelligence of the universe. You don't worry about that part. Your part is giving and receiving love. You worry about that part. You don't worry about the rest of it. You're not going to the interview to get a job. Listen to this. You're not going to the interview to try to get a job. You're going to the interview to do your job, which is to give and receive love. Whether or not you get the actual physical job is not up to you. That part is not your part. Your part is to go to the interview to give and receive love with a capital L. Amen, sister. These 5 steps might seem as if they are just little things, hardly the operating principles that move the universe. Yet, that is exactly what they are. Yeah. Okay, that's your job. Give and receive love all day, every day, no matter where you are, and you're automatically going to be living divine ease. It's automatic. You don't have to do it. You don't have to put the Legos together. You don't have to build with the Lincoln Logs. It's automatic. It happens. And you have to try it for yourself to believe that. When you don't try it for yourself, your ego says that's a bunch of crap. Yeah, it's too long. It's a pretty long chapter, actually. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, it's like 10, 12 pages. You can boil this whole chapter down to this. Give and receive love in your life no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter who you're talking to. When I'm asked what I do, I'll say, I love the world. Tanya, that's brilliant. So easy when all the crap and clutter is gone that years built up around it. Yes, You know the cocktail party exercise where you pretend that you're saying whatever it is you do? I give and receive love. And then watch the reactions. What do? I give and receive love. And then people are going to think you're a prostitute. You know, you might want to say universal love. It was! I haven't done the fire starter ones yet. Just say, not that kind of love. The other kind of love. You feel like we've graduated today. Ta-da! You've graduated Course in Miracles and Law of Divine Compensation. Give and receive love. Let everything else take care of itself. It's a great chapter. And please, do it where you are. So many people think, well, I've got to change my circumstances before I can do this work. That's crap. You can't change your circumstances until you do the work. You'll change your location, but you'll have the same circumstances. Thank you, I made it. I made it myself. Do it where you are right now. That will change your actual circumstances, not your location. You can change location, but your circumstances are going to remain the same unless you do this right now where you are today, no matter how much you hate your job, no matter how crappy your boss is, your boss hole. Yeah. Yes, they follow you. Because wherever you go, there you are. It's funny because it's true. So your boss hole. My friend Kelly used to call our boss that to her face. She was the only one that could get away with that. My boss hole's calling, she would say. That's what she'd say. It was pretty funny. And she was a boss hole too. Sometimes. Not always. We all are, right? We all have our boss hole tendencies. Okay? What are you doing today? Are you running errands? Are you taking care of kids? Are you studying? Are you doing scopes? You're loving. That's right. That's right. Wherever you go today, whatever you do today, whoever you see today, you are giving and receiving love, and that is your only goal. See what happens. Cool stuff happens. Love, 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 and more love. And get this book. Love, love, love. We all passed the class. Yay, us. We are graduated with gold stars for everyone. I shall clean the toilets with love. I shall wash the dishes with love, which I already did this morning. I'm so proud of myself. All A's. Gold stars for us all. A plus, 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 plus. You know that scene in The Christmas Story where he's imagining his paper? A plus, 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 plus. Best movie ever. We're just wrapping up. Thank you for the invite and the hearts and the shares and sharing your love and all that stuff. Best movie ever. You're going to read it for the 4th time. Hi, Julia. Julia, you're so nice about always sharing out my stuff. We never get to see you live. I was on super early today. I know, right? I'm not usually on this early. Thank you. Today was good. Today we're wrapping up this book. I feel really good about this book. It's available on your Kindle. Today was really, 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 really good. The more I get out of the way, the better it gets, actually. The more I get up and do my own meditative work first, the better it gets, actually. When I roll out of bed and just get here, it takes me like 15 minutes to get in the groove. keep up your studies on this. If you were doing this, this is a very good foundational tool. It's a great way every day to remind yourself that what you're seeing. I know. Dang it. Actually, now that you mention it, oh, you need to go do your meditative work. And if you're still reading this book, finish reading it. Read it again. Michelle's reading it for the 4th time. So you guys have been following along with us in all our changes, and you've seen how our choice for divine ease is changing our lives. And I hear the husband hitting the door right now. So, oh, it's an Audible book too. Yes, good. Yeah, so you can listen to it. Hey, day shifter. Such a relief. Okay, we have to go sit at the car and do the car stuff. Give money to make money. Yep. Give love to make money. Hi, honey bunny. Thanks for joining me, Julie. I'm sorry we missed you again. I appreciate you watching the replays, though. I really do. Congratulations. You're getting congratulations. He's in the shower already. He went straight there. Thank you. Thank you. Give love. Receive love. Oh, scope the potato gun. Heath? Yeah. Do you have a potato gun still? Can you make one? Yeah. I said, make love to me. Well, see, then people will think you're a prostitute. What? $400 in your art room? Tanya? You have $400 in your art room? That's insane. Hidden in a bag? What are you doing hiding $400 in a bag? Is that your stash money? Every woman should have a stash fund just in case you need it. They want to see the tater gun. They want me to scope a tater gun.
Alright, I can make one.
Yeah, he can make one. It's your secret money. Yeah,
It costs it's like $12 to make one.
And you use Aquanet, right?
Aquanet hairspray, yes.
Yes, we were talking about Aquanet.
Or any kind of like flammable hairspray, aerosol.
Yeah. He's all excited. So yeah. Every woman needs a secret stash of walking money. That's right. Every woman needs that so that she never feels like she has to stay somewhere out of financial need. So she doesn't ever have to feel chained by money. Right, you can't. Don't let him watch the replay. It's true, though. I used to tell a friend of mine, put $1,000 in the savings account somewhere that nobody knows about so you can walk if you need to. Definitely, Julia. Use the power of the group. What are you going to do with your $400? Are you going to save it? Just tell him the rest was boring, yeah. This time we just talked about prostitution and stuff, so. I want to manifest a mysterious bag of money, too. Did you know, when we lived in Colorado... Yes, you just have it in your stash just for your own knowledge. And you should never need it. You should never need it. But it's there if you do. So these two highway workers? Oh. Oh, was he there earlier? Oh, that's funny. That's so funny. That's hilarious. These two highway workers were working on the highway in Colorado, and they found a duffel bag stuffed full of money, and they turned it in. I don't know if I could have turned it in. Although, if you think about it, if you find a duffel bag stuffed full of money on the highway on the eastern plains of Colorado, you probably should turn it in. I would turn it in. I'd be too scared to keep it. That much money on the side of the road in a duffel bag, that's drug money, yo. That's bad money. You know it is. Oh, it would have to be. Why else would you? Yeah, it's tainted money. It would have such bad energy. Yeah. So, well, I'm glad you found $400. I think you should take that and go have a spa day, Tanya. I think you should go, like, get your nails done, get your hair done, get a massage, eat a fancy cupcake, drink some wine somewhere. Oh, great. Or get some rose oil. There you go. Yes, gluten-free, of course. Cupcakes, yum, yum. I don't remember the last time I had a spa day. Actually, it's been years and years and years. So, I gotta go. We gotta do the car thing. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for being a part of this Course in Miracles study and the Law of Divine Compensation study. And definitely invest in a bottle of rose oil if you can at all swing it. It's amazing. And I'll see you tomorrow for Tao Te Ching and Byron Katie. And I'll see you Sunday for Big Magic with Elizabeth Gilbert. Yes, thank you. Love you all so much. Love you very, very much. Nina, I wrote you back last night sitting in your email box. Bunches and bunches of love. Go love today. Me too. Smooches. Okay, cool. Bye. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks, Julie. I'm glad we got to say hi to you live a little bit. Thanks, Annalise and Sarah and everybody here and not here and on the web and watching the replay. You guys make the magic possible.